It's 11:30. Just like recording content, and like I just like thought to myself, like, how have I achieved to like the level that I have now? How have I been able to like scale so much? How have I been able to scale up my clients so much? How have I been able to like make such like drastic change in like such a short amount of time? Like, it's crazy to think about. Like, only 3 months ago, I think I was stuck on like 500 a month, and now like this month we've done incredibly well. I've done like 8k, and I think like I was doing like some reflection the other day, and I realized to myself, like, one of the biggest things that I changed was like my I think my performance. To be honest, like the way that I perform now, like my whole business and my life, just like overall, has made such a huge change to the point where like I'm a completely different person. You know, in terms of mindset, in terms of like identity. For ages, like I never really took it seriously. I never really took a mindset seriously. I thought it was just some like voodoo shit. I thought like mindset and identity work and all of that was like just a waste of time. I thought it's like, what's the point of doing this? Like, what's the point of like trying to work on your identity or your mindset or your habits or nutrition or routine or training or whatever? And you know, I thought, okay, as long as I get the work done, that's all that matters. But sure, okay, if you get like the work done necessary to make the money, of course you're going to make money. But like, is that really going to be sustainable long term? I feel like, you know, you're procrastinating all the time, you're burnt out, you're working like, you've got like a really weird work schedule. You're like, sure, you're taking sales calls, you're closing deals, but like, is that really sustainable long term? Is that really going to lead to like a good life for you long term? Probably not, right? You're probably going to be like burnt out. You're probably going to like end up not really enjoying your life. You're probably going to end up just like a shell of yourself. And I've experienced that firsthand myself. Especially like the last 3 months, like I experienced a lot of that up until fairly recently, and that's where like mainly this month of July, where I've really started to just dial in my life, dial in my routines, dial in like everything. I've been waking up at 5:30 consistently, been like, you know, doing my routines consistently, following my promises, and I want to teach you to that in this video, like how I've been able to like scale me and my clients pretty far in like a short amount of time through this performance system. But anyway, let's get into it. And let's dive in. So firstly, we've got, you know, of course, why you can't scale past this. And this is me like in December last year and also like halfway through this year. So this is April. I was doing pretty well, right? Like I started closing more deals. I started making a lot more money. I think I made like 1.2k in April. I had like some days, so I made like, I had like a 1k day and then fell off after that. And, you know, I got a buzz cut. And then this is me now, right? Enjoying my life. Really like taking opportunity to just like work hard, enjoy myself, live the life that I want to, work smart. I know exactly what to work on. I know what to say. I know my messaging, and that's like projected MRR for next month. But anyway, so this is what I was doing. It's working like 12, 14, 16 hours a day, not getting any results that I wanted to, wasting my time. I was constantly distracted. I sacrificed like everything just to work. I had like a whole to-do list overload. I was constantly distracted. I had a chronic like phone addiction as well. It just sucked. I couldn't really focus for long enough. I was always like busy, but never actually like making progress. So I was always busy. Like I think December last year, and even January, February, I didn't really go out that much. I think like January I had some holidays, and then after that, just like I never really went out that much. And then, yeah. Like, what I've been following now for the past couple months has been the Entrepreneur Synergy System, right? And this is the exact system that all the elite online entrepreneurs, everyone, all the, like, the elite guys, they're all using this exact system to quietly work less, make more money. And we're going to break all of this down in this video. So firstly, it comes down to 5 to 6 figure execution systems. Everyone who's doing this, right, who scaled from like 4 to 5 figures to 5 to 6 figures, is they're all like executing really well. The main thing that they've worked on, it's not their business, it's not the tasks, so it's not like the systems in their business or the outreach or the sales calls, it's how they are. It's that they are the constraints. Not the business, but they themselves are the constraint. They've got all the exact systems, but they still can't perform that well. And that's the main thing that I wanted to teach you. The first main thing is mindset. What do you think is like the big difference between this picture and this picture? Just tell me. Of course you'd say like physique, money, everything, hairstyle, but like, I think the main thing, oh yeah, puberty as well, but I think the main thing is my mindset. My mindset back then was really weak. I had a really weak mindset. I would shatter if anyone like insulted me or hurt me, or like people would always say shit to my face. I was bullied for ages. I had a fairly good upbringing. Like I had a pretty great upbringing, but still, like I was bullied a lot in school. I was never really respected. I would always play video games. I had I just addicted to the internet, and my life just kind of sucked. Like everything was just kind of shit, and the main thing was like my physique. I didn't exercise. I didn't work out. I wasn't healthy. I was skinny fat as well, so I had like a little stomach, and I was skinny as at the time. I was really short. But a lot of this was my mindset. My mindset was so poor that all of this manifested into reality. My identity was of this person, and that made me that person. Now my mindset is like, I'm this person, I'm this, and I have an indestructible mindset. I've been through a lot. I'm doing a lot. I'm working a lot. I'm working hard on myself every single day, putting in the effort, putting in the reps. And this has allowed me to transform into who I am now and who I am going to become. It all comes down to who you identify as. This is the main thing with your mindset. You want to identify as someone who is like, you already want to identify, you want to act like the type of person that you want to be. So for example, right now, you can't perform well in your business. You procrastinate a lot. You've got this addiction, you've got that addiction, you've got this, you've got that problem. The main thing you want to work on is just saying to yourself and believing to yourself that you don't have that. For example, if you're addicted to alcohol, or if you've got really bad procrastination, just say to yourself, like, I never procrastinate. I'm not the sort of person who procrastinates. I always get on with my work. I do this, I do that, I do that. And that will make you believe that about yourself, and that will make you take action on the things necessary in order to achieve that identity. Do you see what I mean? Of course you want to have the law of action. So you want to have the law of attraction, which is this, and the law of action. The law of action is, you're putting in the actual work. You're making sure you're not procrastinating. But you're saying the things to yourself first, like, you become a pro fighter before, like, you act like a pro fighter before becoming a pro fighter, right? So for example, a pro fighter, he wouldn't just like be like a beginner, then an intermediate, then advanced, and then a pro fighter. He would act like he already is a pro fighter before becoming one. You see what I mean? So for example, he would just say that, okay, I'm a pro fighter, I've already won my first fight, I've like knocked out this guy with like a head kick. And then he would take action on the things necessary. He would train as hard as he could. He would go to the trainings. But if he said to himself that he's not a pro fighter, he would train like more like that type of person who's not a pro fighter, rather than the type of person who is like a pro fighter, putting in the extra effort, sacrificing more, getting more sleep. All of these things which contribute to the, being like the best fighter you could, being that pro fighter. And it all comes down to that initial identity shift. And then as well as that, you want to have such high conviction in yourself that what you're doing is right. Of course, you want to have humility as well, so you want to have high confidence, high conviction, but also high humility, where you're constantly learning. I had a big realization recently where I was being inauthentic. I realized this, like, people pointed it out to me, and I was like, okay, shit, I'm actually being pretty inauthentic. But I have the humility to learn that and constantly improve myself and keep learning and keep improving. I used to have like weird beliefs about money and mindset, and now that I've been like learning more and more recently, being like a bit more humiliated, but at least I'm learning. Right, I'm learning and taking action as I go. But you also want to have high conviction that you're gonna make it, that you are gonna make it to your goals, that you are gonna become that type of person. You need to have this high conviction, the high conviction that you're gonna get out of bed in the morning. When you say you are, that high conviction that you're going to record those videos even though you don't want to. I'm like, this is a third video that I've recorded today. I so do not want to record the other ones, but I decided that I was going to. I had that conviction that I was going to, and I've got that conviction that I'm going to record the fourth video after this, and then Instagram Reels, and then modules for my course, and modules for my mentorship. I don't want to do it, but it's got to be done. If you say that you're going to do something, you need to do it. Like Fari, for example, like you said to yourself you're going to script 4 of those videos, and guess what?
You got it done.
Exactly. You follow that promise to yourself, and that gives you more conviction. It's like a whole it's a flywheel effect. The more that you follow your promises, the more you're going to do it. You need to follow your promises. So that's another big mindset shift. If you have like a to-do list each day, if you have a to-do list of, okay, I'm going to do this, that, you better have it done. You're not going to sleep until you get it done. I'm telling you, this is another big mindset shift too. You do not want to be going to sleep feeling like shit. Because whatever you go to sleep as, whatever state that you're in, is what is going to reflect your next day. That's why one of the best pieces of advice that like millionaires give, plan your next day the night before. It's the best mindset shift possible. Plan the next day the night before. And how you finish the night is how the next day is going to go. If you finish it and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this task tomorrow, chances are next day you're going to be like, okay, I'll do this tomorrow. Even though you promised yourself you're going to do it today. It took me ages to break out of this myself. I used to have like a whole to-do list each day, and then I'd like have 3 things which I wouldn't even take action on. And before I knew it, like I would just like, you know, I'd be breaking my promises to myself. I'd be missing these same things every single day. If you find that you're struggling with this, by the way, the best thing you could do, simplify it down to 3 main tasks. For example, you're going to hit the gym, you'll record this video, and let's say you'll track all your macros, for example, or you'll socialize with this person at the gym. Like, you better follow that, and then over time you build that back up, and you're following your promises each day, and that builds up the confidence, that builds up momentum inside of you, that builds all of that up, right? And that's how you become a winner. You keep continuously winning and winning and winning and following your promises, and you keep striving for more. That's the main mindset shift that I've had. The biggest thing was that I promised myself that I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to achieve that, and that's how I've been able to achieve what I've got now, and that's how I'm going to achieve even further for the future. Right, and then also procrastination, right? Procrastination was a big one that I struggled with for ages. I used to struggle heaps of procrastination with like all sorts of things, recording content, just videos, hanging out with people, dates, etc. Like, I just procrastinated on so many things for ages, and until I finally started taking action, like that's where my life started to improve. I could have procrastinated today. I could have been with Fire, yo, let's go out next week instead, right? Let's do this next week instead. But I decided, like, fuck it, we might as well. We ball. I followed, like, I had this promise to myself, and I was like, you know, I might as well still go and do it. You still got to follow our promises, right? He's followed his promises, I followed my promises, so you need to follow your promises. And then the cycle of procrastination, right? So whenever you procrastinate, you start to feel guilty, you'll doubt yourself, you'll have excuses and helplessness for why you should keep procrastinating, and you keep procrastinating. The way to break out of the cycle is not by forcing yourself, but it's by taking it one step at a time. For example, if you're procrastinating recording a video, you have to go out somewhere and record. And let's say you're scrolling on Instagram Reels right now. You want to exit that reel. Put your phone down. That's like the first couple steps. Pack your bag. Drive your car. Take out your laptop at that place. Press on OBS, or like press on Loom, or whatever you use to record, and just start. The thing is, the path lights up as you walk it, not before you walk it. The path lights up as, the lights, how does the quote go again? Like the path lights up as you walk it? Yeah.
I forgot it.
Yeah, all good. But like, that's how it goes. And then, yeah, it's as simple as that. So you want to just take those initial steps, and that's like, even if you don't know what to say. I started this video, I didn't know what I was going to say, but now I've got like everything that's coming to me. The path is lit up. Do you want to maybe move like back down? I think it's starting to rain a bit.
Yeah.
Alright, sweet. Yeah, like...
Or maybe do you want to go into covered area?
Oh.
Maybe let's win in there.
Yeah, actually we could. Yeah, I'll just like pause this video in the meantime. Anyway, let's get back to it. Anyways, we move on to energy, right? The energy commandments. I've like covered this in my previous videos. I'll run through this briefly again. But the main things you want to follow, you want to wake up at the same time each day, because you promised to yourself that you're going to wake up at the same time. You promised to yourself that, okay, I'm going to wake up at this time. So follow it, right? Do that every single day. That's the best thing you can do. Regardless if you had 3 hours of sleep or 8 hours or 9 hours, wake up at the same time each day, because you promised yourself that you're going to. Pick a time, preferably early morning. I wake up at 5:30 each day, and just stick with it. And then you want to go outside, drink water, make sure you're having like some sort of caffeine in the morning. Or you can like choose not to have caffeine if you don't want to. Just get out, make sure you're socializing in the morning. Sorry, not in the morning, like per day. Like, make sure you actually, like, for example, if you're in like a big monk mode season, just go, if you're at your gym, don't be afraid to spend an extra hour at the gym socializing, like talking to people or cold approaching. Like, that is one of the best things you could do. It will translate directly into your content. You'll have far better stories to tell as a result. And then on top of that, what's draining you, right? So before we rebuild, we detox. So make sure, you know, you do an energy audit. So you identify to yourself: do you snooze your alarm? Do you check your messages before working? Do you stay up past your bedtime? Do you eat processed food daily? Are you on like caffeine or stimulants daily? And if you are, like on any of these, just like cut one of them off. Seriously, cut one of these off, and you're going to see so much more progress. And then like do some sort of like thing which boosts your energy levels too. I prefer like a cold shower and also like morning gratitude. So I'll do some like gratitude journaling. I'll like say to myself, I'm grateful for my best mate here. I'm grateful for my MacBook. I'm grateful for my hair. Like, you know, I'm not balding yet. You know, I'm grateful for that I'm out here, that I'm alive, that I'm like young. I can still run. I can still walk. I can still like lift weights. It's awesome. So just being grateful is also like really nice. And then, yeah, this here, wake up time, this is a non-negotiable. Pick 4 non-negotiables in your morning routine. So I like to, you know, cold shower, morning gratitude, read my Alchemy of Self, black coffee, you know, make my bed, and then pick one non-negotiable which gets you into a high frequency state. So for me, I prefer to make my bed. No, like cold shower, that's a really good one. And then remove one thing which is draining your energy levels as well. So yeah, and then on top of that, the highest ROI tasks, right? So this is like another highly important one, right? I like to get the highest return on investment tasks done, rather than like low. So this is cold DMs right here. I used to do this all the time. It's just a big waste of time. And then we got here, so we got like, you know, we got like my high return on investment tasks, so like content. I haven't done any other work today except for content so far. I've recorded this is my 3rd video that I'm recording. Brain points, I've explained this in a previous video. Efficiency, make sure you just like have some sort of efficiency routine in place for yourself. But your non-negotiables should be plan everything out the night before, the exact tasks you're gonna do, from the highest priority task to the lowest priority task. You wanna have some sort of work routine. So I like to put on my headphones, all the like, I have a work playlist, so like a Spotify playlist of all like a bunch of songs which I just listen to during work. I will have a timer for my work, and I'll be in a dark room. I'll have caffeine as well, and that really helps out. And calendar, I'm making a video on this real soon for that. And then lifestyle, right? I think so many people, this is like a big thing that I wanted to like explain to you guys. But so many people just completely neglect lifestyle. They completely neglect social life in order to like lock in more. But if you're just being honest, like you have the time. You've got like 4 hours of screen time a day. Like how come are you telling me like, oh, I need to like, you know, I don't have the time to socialize or go on dates or go out to places? Like, bro, you do have the time. You always have the time. You can always create that time, right? You've been lied to. Like, you've been told that you need to sacrifice everything to work and to progress in business. Of course, in the early stages, you need to sacrifice more. But your business should build your freedom, not slavery. You shouldn't be a slave to your business. The business should be a slave to you. No, but like, seriously, your business was designed to build you freedom. Because then you're just working a 9 to 5 pretty much. You're working a job that you hate. So make sure you're doing what you're doing is purposeful and fulfilling, but you're also living a life that you like living. You want to have a vision for yourself. So, you know, what do you look like? What do you wear? What does your dream self feel? Your location, what events do you do? What are your social circles? What people do you like being around? Have this vision in mind and try align your life as much as you can to it, right? And then confidence, right? So just like, I used to have like a really big lack of confidence in myself, and I think a lot of it, honestly, like remove trauma, okay, that can work. Mindset, yeah. But I think the biggest thing is if you follow your promises. Seriously, I think this is what builds up the most confidence out of anything else. If you promise to yourself that you're going to do this, that you're going to do that, that you're going to like work on this, you're going to work on that, and you complete it, then guess what? You're reinforcing to your brain that you're following your promises, and that gives you more belief in yourself, gives you more certainty. That is what builds your confidence, and that is what makes it like so much easier for you to go out there, to go approach people, to go like talk to people, just anything in general. It gives you so much more self-belief. And then on top of that, networking, right? And I've made, actually, my best mate right here. Say hi to the camera.
So,
yeah, bro, like, I'm working with him right now. He's right here in this, but like, you know, he's also in self-improvement in business. So it's like, networking is so important, and just making, like, you can make best friends with someone who's like also on the same wavelength as you, who's also got the same mindset as you. It's a beautiful reality. Like, I think the best way to go about this, you know, firstly, you actually go outside, so you're actually like going out and speaking to people. You just acknowledge people. So let's say you go on the bus, you like strike up a conversation with like the old dude or old lady, or you know, you go to the gym, you speak to like a good amount of people. As long as like you actually want to speak to them, right? And then you just, you know, you can build some friendships. And also like online as well. There's plenty of like people, you know, I think social media is like really important for this now. But like if you have like a great social media presence and let's say there's another guy like in your city or like your country, it's like also on self-improvement, like this guy right here, also on self-improvement, business. Like you can go meet up with him. You can go like organize things. You can go out and work and go on gym workouts, go on swims, do fun stuff, party, etc. Like it's so fun being able to do that. And once you recognize you can do that, once you like recognize you can do this, like it just makes your business experience like 10 times more enjoyable. I would have probably like not even recorded this if I wasn't out with my boy, right? So like, you know, you gotta follow that. And then social circle building. Right, so you can get people's Instagrams, you can connect new people together, you can like go out with people, you can go to places, you can go do the social events that you want to do in your vision, and then boom, you form like a whole social circle. Before you know it, you've got like 5 people all from your city, all on like self-improvement, all in business, all like high performance, you know, and you're all like, you know, you go out and like you cold approach, or you go out and like you go on a swim, or you go out and like, I don't know, like do something challenging. And this makes your life like so much more enjoyable, honestly. And yeah, that's like the entire like, you know, process, like why, you know, how you can actually like scale past 10K a month as like an online business owner. This is the exact process, and I hope this video has given you like a lot of value. And like imagine, you know, you like with the lifestyle, but you have like a whole group of people like all like you, all in self-improvement, all in business, all like who are high performers, all high achievers who are like doing the same things as you, you know, all keeping each other accountable, all in like a group chat. You're all like, okay, did you wake up today? Did you do this? And you've got one-on-one support from me. Imagine having that. I'd highly suggest you just DM me on Instagram, and I'm gonna answer all DMs on Instagram from this video. So I'd highly suggest check me out there at Taylor Overton Biz, and I'll see you there.